Hello, 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 hello. How are y'all doing? That's fabulous, that's fabulous, that's fabulous. Now, there is an incense. If you watched my last video where we did the knot, okay? The 9 knots, and we said the Psalms, okay? There's an incense you can make that will help with that particular spell, okay? So whether you read the Psalms or whether you read your incantation or whatever, you can make this particular type of incense. And you're gonna need copal, some pine cones. I got these from the graveyard. Lavender and rosemary, okay? So the copal, the important piece is that you need a large piece of copal. You can use any other piece of ingredients you want. You don't have to use any of these ingredients, but you need something that will represent your heart, okay? And a piece of copal is known to represent the heart in magical situations. So you're just gonna crush that down. And this is where you could say your psalms, your incantation, your whatever over each ingredient, but just make sure that you are putting your intentions in, that you are trying to attract love, that you are trying to bring love. And this isn't self-love, okay? This is actual human being, physical companionship love, okay? And you know, the ugly people out there will definitely, you know, need this spell. I run into a lot of people every day who message me, well, I wouldn't say every day, but every other day they message me and they say, you know, I'm really, really ugly, nobody will ever love me, you're really beautiful, can you suggest a spell to make people fall in love with me? Okay? And if you're like me, where you think you're ugly and you're atrocious and no man will ever want you, this is the perfect spell for you. So you've got your copal in here, it represents the heart, and you're putting your intentions of attracting love, finding love, being loved, and being love itself, okay? No, don't worry about getting your hands in there. Get your hands in there, okay? Push your energies in there. Next, we're gonna put in some rosemary, because I work with Mother Mary, and rosemary is one of the many symbols of Mother Mary. This will help to protect against heartbreak, protect against those who have wicked tongues, against any prophecies that say you are not to love, and any knowledge that will prevent you from being loved or loving yourself. Lavender. Lavender is like the main love ingredient. I was also going to put in red rosebuds. You could do that if you wanted to. Again, remember, as you're crushing, put your intentions, read your incantation, read your spell, read your psalms. I'm saying them in my head. And go clockwise, not counterclockwise. Next is you're going to want a pine cone. You probably want to break this up with your hands. You probably won't need a whole pine cone, but okay, just kind of peel off the pieces. As much or as little as you want. The pine cone is going to represent the earth, the spirits, especially if you got them from the graveyard. You're basically asking for guidance in finding, seeking, maintaining, collecting, well, I wouldn't say collecting, but obtaining love in any of its forms. Okay? As this incense burns over a coal, you will want to use your knot string thing that we made together in the last video. And what that's going to do is every time you go over each of the knots and you read your incantation or your chant, you're going to be thinking about love. You're going to be putting those energies out into the universe. Okay? If you can't get pine cones, or you don't want to use pine cones for whatever reason, you could use white cedar. You need something of the earth, essentially. Cedar, any other kind of bark. White willow bark would do. But you preferably don't want to order something. You want to go out and get it. You want to pick it. Okay. I'm just going to be mixing these around with my hands. Saying my psalms in my head. Okay. Putting our intention in. Okay, and that's pretty much all there is to it. This is gonna smell exactly like lavender because there's lavender in here, so it's not gonna smell like copal or pine cones or whatever else you decide to put in here. It should smell like lavender. If you put red rosebuds instead of lavender, that's okay. You can put red rosebuds and lavender. The important piece is that you do need a piece of copal, okay, or something that represents the heart, a herb or resin that represents the heart, your heart. You'll want lavender or red rosebuds or pink rosebuds or white rosebuds, any kind of rosebuds. But if you can't, get yourself some lavender. Every grocery store carries rosemary. Rosemary is good for the protection aspects. If you're working with the spirits, don't mix sage in or tobacco. Sweetgrass and cedar would work. Okay, and you would burn a little bit on a coal, and you would use your knot that we made, and you would go down each knot, and you would say your psalms or your incantation for each knot while this burns on a coal. Okay. So I hope that y'all learned something, and I hope that you appreciate whatever. I don't know what you're appreciating, but I hope you appreciate. You appreciate whatever you want to appreciate. But I thought this would be a little fun thing to share with y'all. Okay? And until next time, my fabulous little creatures, I will see y'all later.